the problem of street kids, and we are dealing with the problem of what these street kids are facing without segregation. Because if this street child came to the streets, he indeed had a reason. And when NGOs come, they are strict. We want orphans. Yet I am also on the street, but I want help. I want an escape route also. It's not because I'm on the street that I want, but I'm on the street because of a certain reason. And that reason, no one is ready to identify it because he's strict, he wants orphans. Why can't we start identifying the problems in general that confronts these kids? If it's child abuse, we identify that. If it's that I was not comfortable at home, I was not happy at home because of ABCD, we attain at the house, we all eat like this, maybe even we can't even have that through the day, we eat once in a day. They are still there, and he feels like I'm not comfortable still with what is going on, so I better find a way forward for myself. And if there was an open opportunity for anyone, come in, let us sit, identify what you're going through, find a solution. Because this kid, if he tells you, I left home because of my stepmother, you're going to say, okay, let us reconcile you with your stepmother, and you go back home. He's not happy with that. Maybe he's going to tell you, we were many. You are going to say, okay, let us just go home and find a solution. He's not comfortable at home. However much you tell him that you go home, I'll pay school fees from there, he's not going to do it. He's going to say, better stay here. So why can't there be a system, or maybe a policy, of which all of their problems are identified at once, not only singling out, I'm an orphan, so I will take you because you're an orphan. My stepmother, my mother divorced with my father, so I live with my stepmother, so I don't take you. So like segregating the problems, but yes, socially, they affect them equally.
That would be very good, but I need to be very frank with you. An orphan knows what he wants. You meet an orphan, what do you want to do? I was attending school, now I don't go to school, I'm missing school. Yes? Not the street child. The street child, his favorite is drugs. I've told you. He doesn't have any, he doesn't need to go to school. And he doesn't even want a blanket. He can smoke and sleep on the veranda. So you find a child totally alienated, and how to start with that child from zero to giving an idea of going to school. You are spending far much more money on a street child before he becomes normalized to go back to school. Whereas an orphan, he has a desire. Maybe he was already in school. This child is a runaway child. You know, I think the word moyai, the word used here for a street child is a cat that has gone astray. That's a moyai. So you must go another mile to get this child back to the track. And I don't think government has time for that.
So what is the way forward?
I have told you it is NGOs and individuals like yourself who can say, I will sacrifice whatever it takes to get this child back to where he was drained. But for an orphan, it's a different deal altogether.
So from your perspective, it looks like that this should go back, not alone the government, not alone the NGOs, but also individuals. It goes back to the public. It goes back to everyone. It becomes everyone's responsibility.
No, it goes to the Good Samaritan who can say, I will sacrifice something for this child. And I think if the more we can have Good Samaritans to say, I will take this child to my house, to my home, a home I have made for these street children, the better. Because it takes far much more. This child has been damaged. He has lost confidence in society. He has lost confidence in anything called human, even has lost confidence in human beings. That's why he's behaving the way he's behaving. Therefore, I think you need more humane approach to homeless street children than you do need to orphans who just want to go back to their original status.
When you talked about the Good Samaritan, I went back to the story in the Bible. The priest came, passed. Everyone came and passed because no one was willing to sacrifice, because it had a lot to take. First, you had to clean these wounds. Second, you had to carry the patient, maybe the injured person. And again, you had to take care of the bill for that person who was injured. So when you talked about the Good Samaritan, there's something I thought about, that maybe the fear the public has, maybe they don't care conscience that people have, that is, we need to sacrifice, because everyone would be happy to see a Kampala without street kids. Everyone would like to see a street without someone begging, chukumi, payo chukumi, uncle. I heard some time back you said that this kid called you uncle today. You gave him something. The next day, I don't know, he called you tata. He called you
daddy.
Daddy. Yet yesterday he called you uncle. So everyone would like a street free, without these people begging, without these kids meandering around, being chased by the police, dirty. So it needs sacrifice, indeed, as you said, that you use the potential you have to show. Because what I know, that these kids, all they lack is love, and a few things, just love. To show someone that I love you, you come closer to him or her, share what you have. That's only enough change to someone. And we have quite people who can do that. But maybe it is something that we need to teach the public. We need to teach those who are willing, those who have a different perspective. Because 10 people were taken to identify an elephant, blind men. So the one who touched the ear, the one touched the tail, the one touched the ivory, the other touched the nose, the other touched the leg. So when they came to identify, I said, I thought an elephant was a big thing. It is like something small. That one touched the tail. The other touched the ear. He said, oh, an elephant is something small like this that looks like a chapati. That one touched the ear. So everyone identified differently. The same way the public identifies the solutions. Besides leaving the responsibility to the government and NGOs, what can these Good Samaritans, what is the process? How can we advise someone who wants to come and say, I will take you to my home, I'll take care of you? What would the approach be? And how would you advise someone who is like that?